Yeah, the first 50. You see, I give a new game almost an hour to impress me. That's how this thing works. But now, the question is, did today's contestant pull it off? Let's see. This week's game, Sarah, I know you love the title. It's the Rub Rabbits.
The Rub Rabbits.
The Rub
Conjures
Rabbits.
up some images.
Oh, exactly, and they're there.
Okay.
It's Sega's sequel to Feel the Magic. It's available only on the Nintendo DS. You know that clamshell-looking thing with the two screens?
Yeah, yeah.
Ladies love it.
Ladies love the
Boys
DS.
like it too. From the start, at 0 minutes, essentially, the game is inserted. I'm excited. I'm excited. The game gives me a warning, though, which was odd, and this is a direct quote. Warning, continuous stroking, poking, and blowing could lead to unwanted attention in public places.
I'm intrigued.
Any game that gives you that warning, right, you're going to play it,
yeah,
probably twice.
I'm absolutely going to play it.
And then be tired and sweaty. So the game has it, and I'm excited because I love the first one. And right off the bat, it's the same quirky absurdity that I loved from Feel the Magic. You're running past top-hatted guys and sumo wrestlers, you know, vying for the love of this woman. You're tapping out beats on the piano, as you see. The game's got the same uplifting art and music style that the first one did, where, you know, it's kind of like Japanese vocal choir. They're singing weird songs. It doesn't
When do we
make a lot of
start
sense.
blowing?
We're getting to it. I'm supposed to ask that.
Sorry.
But so far, I'm only using the stylus to navigate menus and play through mini-games. All right, same difference. 15 minutes into it, though, things are still interesting. Believe it or not, 15 minutes, the gameplay is still changing it up. You know, it still feels fresh, which is nice. And I like that the levels are really using both sides of the screen now. It's a lot better than Feel the Magic in that regard. A lot of 3D levels, too. They're really taking advantage of the stylus. They're keeping the gameplay interesting. You know, keeping it fresh, Sarah.
Okay.
But
I
up
like
until
a good
now,
fresh game.
Up until now, I'm still tapping and dragging, and essentially each stage involves this whole story of me trying to get this woman. Here I am trying to catch her gaze, so I have to shoot my little gaze right into her eyes.
I mean, for those who maybe weren't familiar with Feel the Magic, is the point of you need to get past dancing troops, or
the point? It's an absurd story about trying to find love or trying to get this woman, and it might be dancing sumo wrestlers, it might be paddling a canoe down crocodile-infested waters. It could be anything.
Ooh.
That's the fun.
It's like bizarre relay races or something.
Sort of. 30 minutes into it, I'm like, this game is kind of cool. It's solid. I get it. I've finished off the meat of the story mode. I've kind of unlocked a lot of the little challenges here. I've hooked up with the girl. It's all happening. But then it's all about the mini games and going back and playing even more of those mini games. It's non-stop mini game action, right? 45 minutes into it, though, things are getting a little annoying. Okay, I'm tired of the quirky sound effects. I'm tired of the quirky soundtrack.
It just keeps going and going.
Yeah, and I'm annoying everybody around me in the cubes. Like, I have to turn it down to where it's barely audible. And it's frustrating when the hit detection with the stylus is a little bit off on really precision games. And most of the minigames require a lot of speed and accuracy, so you want it to be there. You know, and it just seems like the fine-tuning was a little off on some of them. And the gameplay becoming a little redundant. You're like, yes, here I'm eating food, but on another one I'm doing the same exact motions. It just looks a little bit different.
And I hate to be a complainer, but still no blowing.
Still no blowing.
In those 50 minutes.
Well, after 50 minutes, actually there was plenty of blowing, but I have a headache from it, okay? There was a minigame where you're shooting...
I'm surprised you could have lasted 50 minutes.
I was too, believe me.
More to you than meets the eye, Kev.
It was, well, it was 3 or 4 romps with the game.
Yeah.
But you're shooting like spit wads at parachuters, and then that's when you're blowing on the DS and really feeling like an idiot. It's not something you can play in a public space, yeah, unless you're in Castro. The minigames did catch my eye. The baby-making minigame, though, completely lame. A lot of stuff that is lame.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good title.
Great title. I love the Rub Rabbits. It's only available on the DS, which is good. So I'm going to say, you know what? It's good. Pick it up. You're not going to play it for 50 minutes at a time. Take this one in very, very short doses. But it's a solid game. You'll enjoy it.
You know, rub it out in 5 minutes kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.